idiot. This is what it's supposed to sound like. Fucking Zoom being dumb. And like the little bell sounds here, ding dong, is what you're gonna be creating. Otherwise, you hear nothing in the song. It changes tempos too to like fuck you over. Like right in mid. I just noticed that. Cause it's like it starts with it's rhythmic and then it goes into like like this. Bidding the world felt well, Kaim and the dragon slip into the light and disappear. Perhaps Sari would tell their tale. The queen beast continues to grow, consuming the world. With Sari cries ringing in their ears, Kaim and the dragon dive down from the sky into the heart of the beast. They are engulfed in a blaze of pure white light, and together man, dragon, and monster fall tumbling in a chasm that splits time and space. What world have they come to? Actually, I don't think we saw this one. Oh, no, here it is.
It's the end! The end!
And yet you do not pray.
To whom? What god can help us now?
No gods have ever heard your prayers. To catch the lion's cub, you must enter the lion's den.
No, Kaim! Don't go! Please don't leave me alone!
We will meet again, if we live.
But at least... Don't forget me! Ever!
So this is taking place still after Ariak dies, Leonard dies, the priest is still living right away.
Time lives hand in hand with good and evil. We too must adapt to this world of chaos.
Sari is the only one left. Mana has died. And so Sari and Verdale are going to be the only ones left still. It's implied they Inuart and Furii have disappeared. Whether they die in a collapse or they get isekai themselves because the white light is shone before we know what happened to them. Yeah. But that's the same portal that the Watchers came out of too. We shoot down fireballs after.
The land of the gods.
Is this the land of the gods? And so now we're in the real world. The portal, this one, sent us to the other side, to the real world.
What is
Queen
this?
begins to sing,
This
light and shadow
thing?
against evil.
What can we do?
And this is the ending. Okay, so that's white. As you can see, so yeah, as you can see, that's what the song is supposed to sound like, as I told you guys before, but you don't get that. If you miss it, oh shit. So you can't get hit by it or you die. But you have to like remember the thing, and that's pretty much the whole thing. It's not too bad until you get to the end and it starts to be like back and forth.
What can we do?
But you don't, there's no music. The first two waves are fine. I'm good with it. Last wave I get nervous about. Oh my god. Just need to, my hand needs to stop performing fucking square the triangle. Press the triangle. Stop doing the square button. Please press the triangle button. And please do it. We can get this, but you're like, oh, I'm nervous. I'm under so much pressure. I don't care. I don't care. This is your fucking job. Fucking do your job. God. We'll see. That way there are two different hands. Hands! This is up to you, fingers, alright? Always up here. Stop getting performance anxiety. You know, do your job. I'm offloading some of your hands' job onto the other hand, okay? So you got one fucking button to press. Don't fuck it up. God damn it. Nope. Still the same. You had one hand. You had black. You had black. White hand only messed up once. This is the first time he's on the job. You've been on the job for how long now? A couple of hours and you still fucking up? No. White and black, black. White, black, white, black. Damn it! I said white, black, and the first thing I did is what? Black. Of course I did. Of course I did. You have to be ahead of it. I'm gonna be ahead of this shit. Fuck it. Ball. Okay, so we got that black, white, black again. Black, white, black, black. White, black, white, black. Black, white, black, white, black. Okay. Black, white, black, white, black. White, black, white, white. Black. Black, white, white, black, white, black. White. Black, 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 white, white, white. White, black, white, black. And see how close this is? Like, you can't fuck up. You cannot fuck up. White, black, white, black, white, white. Oh, black, sorry. Black, white, black, white. White, yeah, black, white, black, black, white, black, white, black, white, white. Fuck! So you have 7% remaining health. You have to have the little thing at the end so you don't quote unquote die. That's the little gimmick for this one. Is that if you don't have any health at the end, but you still clear it, you can still be a game over. You still die because you have 0 HP, technically. Yay. Not sure how I feel about this. Not excited, that's for sure. The battle that crossed space and time is won. The awesome enemy defeated at last, but the blood of the heroes who saved the world paints the tower red. I didn't think it was gonna take 3 hours to get through this, and I was like, maybe 2 hours, most. But that last shit is like so annoying. So I'm gonna splice it to say that I did it first try.
It is done.
That's okay, people on YouTube won't know. Did it at last. There's Kime. Angelus. Chaos Dragon.
This is Bravo 1. Unidentified target has been neutralized. Over and out.
The end of the Dragon Sphere. This is called Project Dragon Sphere, so end of Ava, end of the Dragon Sphere. Is it? And that's the last ending. Again, I'm not seeing a joke personally. This is just as crappy as the other ones. Um, yep, that's all you get. It's just kind of like, oh, hey, you did all that. We did 3 hours of that, by the way, and that's the ending that you get for it. And we did that by, cheating, using the pause menu and everything else. And yeah, if you were to do this, like, I'm not gonna do that, and you just did it, you just memorized it for hours at a time, only for you to get this ending. Yeah, it's not a joke. That's why I'm like, it's not a joke. But people also forget that this is like a deconstruction of like genre, of working to, how every game has like, well, not every game, but a lot of games these days have like, well, if you do a completionist run, you get the best ending and all that other stuff. And none of Yoko Taro's games since then has had a best ending. They've had a bittersweet ending. They had a somewhat hopeful ending, but there was no definitively good ending for everybody. It's just kind of like, this is the best that we can do. And that's how all his games have been. Where the more you go through it, I think that's like his thing as a director. The more that you go through the game, you're not getting anything better. This is pretty much, everything gets worse. The more effort you put into it, the worse everything is. So yeah. Before that though, before I get further into it, while we were doing the battle, the people on there's like a drama CD, a near drama CD that's called the End, Sky of the End, and it goes through like what when we're battling, the people on the ground, are evacuating. They're getting crushed, fires is happening, all this stuff. They hear the bells and stuff ringing as well. And this is what drives everyone crazy. And it turns them into like red eyes, I think. And also, when we defeat her, the grotesquerie queen, her flaking off like that is what causes like everybody to die basically in Nier. From what I can recall, anybody that it touches, they go to God, and basically God is like, hey, you can be a monster, or you can be, you can die just normally. So yeah, and that's how it leads into Nier. And as you can see, Angelus gets impaled on the Tokyo Tower, so she's dead, and so is Kaim, because they are still linked at this point. So yeah,
Thank you for playing.
you don't even get anything from that. You don't get the cool epilogue or anything else. Yeah, thank you for playing, and that's it. No endings remaining. That's your that's it. It's very anticlimactic. It's very um poignant, I guess. Where again, the whole theme thematically in a lot of his games is the more you do, the worse it gets. You could try to complete the game as you try to be a collector. And again, remember that you had, in order to get this ending that ended like within 30 seconds after your little 2-minute battle. The battle was longer than the ending, by the way. Where, oh yeah, we did all this. You had to go and make sure you had every weapon. Every weapon had to be collected in order to get this ending. This specific last wonderful ending right here. As I said earlier, some of those require you to complete the entire mission on specific stages in under like 3 minutes. Meaning, or yeah, clear the whole mission within like 3 minutes or so. Or kill everything on the map within like 5 minutes. So yeah. Or kill thousands of enemies. or wait 25 minutes in the stage, or wait 20 minutes in the stage, or kill all the enemies within the stage with no magic and under 5 minutes. So stuff like that, where it's just like you're gonna be beating your head against a rock in order to unlock the ending because you're like, hey, maybe this ending is better, maybe this ending's worth it, maybe this ending tells me more, and it doesn't. It's just, you know. And again, that's why I'm like, I don't understand why people are like, this is a joke ending. This is a lot of work for a joke ending that I don't think any other game really does because it's a joke. This one is actually the whole point. This is like I think it originally might have started as a joke with the whole, you know, I wanted, you know, Ayumi Hamasaki to sing in the end game. And it's like, yeah, that would have been a joke. And that would have been funny to get to. But I think since he wasn't able to do that, it was no longer a joke. It's no longer a joke ending. Because there's no joke here. You know, you do this battle that's completely different than what you've been doing. You enter the scene doing a rhythm game that you're not prepared for, that you have to survive, that all the especially towards the end there, the last 30 seconds just beats you up, you know, constant barrage of it that you won't be able to keep track of for hours. And you get here, you finally manage to beat that after so hours, after grinding all the weapons, only to be met with, well, you die, and that's it. So that's the completion. You completed it. Good job. So for me, I'm just like, that's not a joke ending. That's a troll, like a joke ending as like you're trolling, you know, like those just the prank bros type jokes. Sure, I'm like, but again, the end of Ava, where he got this from, and like all the other morbid stuff that happens in the game, this is on theme, you know. Nothing has changed. Nothing make this even lighthearted or darker than anything else. We had literal babies coming out of the sky in the last ending, where Seer is put in suspended animation, conscious maybe, who knows, while, you know, the world, everybody else that he knows has died, and he's just there living, keeping this great evil sealed up till the end of time. That's the most hopeful ending you're gonna get in the game. But even then, everybody dies. A portion of their land is destroyed. Midgar, not Midgar, the Cathedral City, or the Imperial City is completely destroyed still. So there's that. But you know, at least the world is ending in that one. But you still had, like, in the other ones, you have, you know, your sister dying, all this other stuff still happening. Or you have to fight your sister who turned into the hell beast at the end. Or you sacrificed your dragon, which is also like a kind of bittersweet ending. Or, you know, we fought our dragon because she decided to turn against us, and now the dragons have taken over the world and about to destroy everything, destroy humanity. And even beforehand, before we get this ending and send the Queen Beast there, we don't know if the Watchers left. We don't know anything. We just know that in this ending, the Queen Beast is here in Tokyo. We don't know what the hell happened back at home because none of the Watchers came. Just the Queen Beast. So who knows? And even with Mana, we had a big Mana fight and everything else, but it's just like, you know, it's still a destruction happening there. Maybe not the complete end of the world from the time and shit, but like, still not that much better. And his friend still died, and we don't even know what's happening to Sia or anybody else there. So it's like there's no good ending. There's nothing up there, and then on top of that, your characters are like not good people. So I'm like, I'm like, this isn't a joke, and this is the same theme as everything else. Them going to the real world might been you know, a joke, but again, it came from the same portals as the Watchers, so it's already implied, kind of, that the Watchers come from another world, if that's the case. Um, so yeah, I just think that that's not a the argument really doesn't hold any water in my opinion. Um, but yeah, the game itself, like I said, that was Drakengard. So everything is set up in this game, which is what I enjoy from it, to be as obnoxious as possible to the player. It's, like I said, it's a real anti-game, and I think it would have been a better message had the package not been as jank as it is. Ground combat is serviceable, but definitely not polished. Um, and the air combat is terrible. And unfortunately, they really love doing aerial combat for some reason in this game. But it is worse than ground combat, as you can tell from all my raging that I did in the game, where the lack of lock on, actual lock on, where I can like do it, not just changing my camera to something, but actually letting me lock on with my cursor, so that when I have something up there, they don't just zoom past me and the camera goes crazy, and now I have to like center myself again. Or if they didn't want to do lock on, they could have did like a quick turn, which they didn't do that either. They could have easily put that into it. Exactly, but they didn't. So it's just kind of like, it's bad all around. Everybody should play at least like a mission, like a first chapter or something like that, just to understand the suffering and how much more impactful Ending E is when people are like, "Oh, it's such a joke." I feel like people who are like insisting that's a joke have not played the ending, have not legitimately got to the ending in and of itself and played through it. Because if they felt like it was a joke once you play it, it does not feel like a joke having to go through all that bullshit. Even with this, like I said, 3 hours in, having it 3 hours in, if I already didn't know what the ending was, I would be highly disappointed. If this is my first time playing, and we did a blind playthrough and we got through the ending, we finally got through that part after the whole stream, and I was just met with, "Oh well, they die." Nothing else. They just die. It leads to Nier eventually, but when this game came out, it didn't lead to Nier. It just led to "Thanks for playing," and then you have like this high pitched "Thanks for playing" at the end, like as if it is trying to taunt you. It's like, oh wow. But yeah, that was the point of the game, and in hindsight, I get it, and it does make an impression. So there's that, but again, I feel like everybody should play at least like a chapter if they could. I know people want it to be remade, but Yoko Taro, from what I have seen or and read online, is that he's not interested in remaking this. Honestly, um, so the best that we'll probably get is a port, which means that gameplay will still be shit. um, be not that great. Oh, if Platinum did it, I'm like, hey, if they did it and Platinum still did it, I think the whole point of the game would still be annoying. So like some parts would not be changed, like the weapon getting and having some of the endings are, but I would hope that like the structure would be less messy. Um, and the end of this one definitely wouldn't be like the one that we just got past. The rhythm game definitely wouldn't be taken out. But he probably would like not have you be able to pause during it. um, but yeah, according to what I've seen on the internet, he is not interested in remaking Drakengard one whatsoever. And to be honest, in this climate, he probably couldn't get away with it again anyway, because there's a like I just went over like all the stuff that's kind of like questionable. Um, so yeah, I don't see it either. Um, But yeah, with that said, guys, I will see you Wednesday. Thank you for joining me for all the Drakengard, as much as it was a pain. I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching and getting to know the lore and the background. Um, Take care of yourself. Have a happy Saturday night and a happy Sunday, Luna. And I'm hopping off. Bye.